The little boy meets Mr. Horrendous. Wake up, or something bad will happen, chimed Robo Helper as it span around the room on aging wheels, sparking and screeching like it were in tremendous pain. The little boy's eyes shot open. Bounding out of bed, the little boy slammed his fist into Robo Helper's service panel so the machine would short circuit. Sorry, young master, sorry! Robo Helper wheeled out of the room, collapsing just outside the door in a puddle of its own oil, making futile attempts to stem the bleeding. The little boy looked out the window at his most blessed vista. The little boy lived in the most beautiful neighborhood in this part of the city. It came at a steep cost, but he demanded the best of his parents. He lived in Ville Maudite, a small megacity in the year 2155. There was much to be happy about today. Just off the top of the head, he woke up and he got to hurt Robo Helper. However, what the little boy was truly happy about was his visit to Mr. Horrendous. The little boy changed into his best dress socks, his crispest trousers, finest dress shirt, and most button-upable vest. Mr. Horrendous requested that the little boy come dressed to impress, and he was always one to fulfill a kind request. The little boy leaped down the stairs 4 steps at a time, cracking his ankles with each landing, and into the kitchen. His father was cooking breakfast for the little boy, and his mother was making the house presentable, also for the little boy. The little boy looked his mother up and down. Her makeup was poor, and her hair was a raggedy mess, but it would suffice for now. Papa was cooking some kind of air fryer slop. He would receive a severe punishment later on.
"Will our darling boy be joining us for supper?"
asked Papa. Negative, cretin. Your darling boy has more critical affairs to attend to, said the darling boy in question. Boy's mother perked up at this, likely in anticipation of his absence.
What affairs doth our boy attends to?
asked mother. Little boy sighed at her lack of intelligence and ugly appearance. I am paying Mr. Horrendous a visit. He has proven an intellectual equal, and he said he'd give us yummy treats. The mother scratched her chin. She said aloud.
A few kind-hearted officers of the law came to speak with us the other day about Mr. Horrendous. Word on the street, according to the chief of police anyway, is that he hurts children, and he shouldn't be trusted with them. But it's probably just harsh rumors.
The little boy was walking out the door as his mother finished speaking. He slammed the door as hard as he could, then left for Mr. Horrendous's house. Mr. Horrendous was a short 3-hour walk away and a quick ride on the Hyperline from the little boy. The walk was safe enough for a little boy. Naturally, one always had to watch out for cyber freaks and takers, but that was par for the course. When the little boy arrived at Mr. Horrendous's house, he sensed something off. His sensor array was going off, indicating human presence, yet he couldn't see anyone or anything. He rapped on Mr. Horrendous's ramshackle door, which led to the concrete bunker that was Mr. Horrendous's home. The door flew open, revealing 4 other little lads and lassies, a fat little boy, a skinny little boy, a normal girl, and a sad girl. The little boy entered the concrete bunker, being met with a sickly sweet smell. Mr. Horrendous's home was bizarre. Old damaged toys littered his home, and his red shag carpet was rather unnerving. The normal girl spoke.
Mr. Horrendous told us to let ourselves in. He said that we could and that it was okay for us. Yes, that is what he said.
As the girl finished talking, a thumping sound reared from across the home. It felt as though the house would come down as the entire bunker shook. Bounding from around the corner came Mr. Horrendous. Mr. Horrendous was a misshapen sort. Skin sagged from his bones, and his limbs were all of different lengths, giving him an odd gait. His arms were long, spindly things dragging by his sides, while his legs were like that of an elephant, massive and gray. Mr. Horrendous gazed at the children with a wry smile, then spoke. Hello, children. He sounded like he had a mouthful of phlegm. I hope we're all ready to have fun, but first... Mr. Horrendous yanked the fat little boy towards him. Aren't you a plump specimen? The boy screamed, but was quickly silenced by Mr. Horrendous wrenching his head backwards until it snapped with a bone-chilling crack. Mr. Horrendous hates large little lads. The children all cheered as blood splattered from the fat little boy. The next hours were filled with terrific fun, but something seemed off. The longer the children played with Mr. Horrendous, the more tired and gruff Mr. Horrendous became. One by one, Mr. Horrendous took the normal girl to his basement, then the skinny boy, and finally the sad girl. Eventually, Mr. Horrendous took the little boy to his basement. The basement was dank, cold, and moist, ripe conditions for mold. When the little boy saw what had become of the other children, he screeched a terrible screech. The children were all strapped to gurneys, dazed looks on their faces, needles draining precious, delicious, sweet red blood, and concentrated joy force. The little boy tried to run, but was yanked back by Mr. Horrendous. Please don't run. Don't leave your friends all alone with Mr. Horrendous. He smiled, eyes devoid of feeling.
Besides, I just want to make a few incisions.
A metal tube billowing smoke landed at the freak's feet. Mr. Horrendous threw the boy as smoke filled the basement. 5 armed figures burst through the basement door, and the room was bathed in fire, screaming in blood. Mr. Horrendous ripped one of them apart as the figures filled him with bullets. The figure slashed and stabbed at Mr. Horrendous even as he was being pulled in half at the arms. Mr. Horrendous must have taken over 100 bullets before kinetic blast finally blew him apart.
Make sure that freak is dead!
Shouted a robotic voice. A figure with a rail cannon approached the little boy. It was a soldier. They wore a solid helm visor with circular glowing eyes and a metal gas mask. The soldier wore a long gray coat, covered by steel armor.
New meat for lost company, I'd say,
said another voice approaching out of the smoke. The second voice appeared to belong to some sort of medic wearing a similar mask, though they had a belt full of test tubes and a gauntlet with multiple needles sticking out of it. I don't want to die here, whispered the little boy. The soldier chuckled at the pathetic little boy.
You are dying. Stop your crying.
Will I ever see my mama again? Said the little boy. The soldier appeared to consider the question for a moment.
Doubtful.
Then stuck a long needle into the little boy's neck. The end.